Good morning. Oh, I don't know where this one's going to go today, but it's interesting title. The buzz I hear is that we're pretty incredible. Oh, okay. It was another busker night last night at the Kilted Mermaid, and proud Papa was there to hear his son and that incredible band. I got home at 1:20 a.m. and went straight to bed, hoping to get up on time. Indeed, I did, waking up just past 3:30. As I meditated, the thought kept coming to me over and over. Humans are pretty incredible. Awesome, in fact. The only limitations to our awesomeness are the ones we place on ourselves. We get to experience whatever we put our minds to, whatever we focus on. As I went to sleep, I was focused on keeping my commitment to all of you that would watch and listen to today's video. As I awakened, I focused on that message of just how incredible we all are. And even more so, now that we are finally waking up together. And I include in the blurb, here's their song, Speck, written by Brian Tilford. And I put the link actually to their album recording of that song, so that those that choose can listen or not. I actually debated back and forth throughout the week whether or not I was going to make that hour's drive down to Vero Beach on Friday night, knowing that I would be there well past midnight and it would be a long drive home and I'd have to get up and do my video or do it when I got home, and I was just too tired to do it when I got home. So anyway, I decided in the afternoon that yes, it was something that I was going to do. I was leaning in that direction, but hadn't fully made up my mind till the afternoon. And my friend Baji met me there for the first show. She wasn't feeling 100%, but she bought me a cider, a blackberry pear cider. They have, the Kilted Mermaid has special brews. They don't have normal drinks like screwdrivers or anything like that. They have all these special beers and special wines and stuff like that. And what I got was, I had two apple ciders, one that Baji bought me, and then after she left, I bought myself one, which I nursed through two through two sets of the buskers. Took me, again, I had two drinks. That's my norm when I go out, so that I don't have to drive while under the influence or anything like that. It's usually pretty well worn off by the time I leave. In any case, it was an amazing night. After Baji left, there were a group of three people, two guys and a gal, that came and took the space that Baji was in. Standing actually at the bar. I was seated at the bar. And man, they were hearing the buskers for the very first time, and they kept saying, man, these guys are incredible. And indeed, they are awesome performers. The one man said to me, they could play anywhere, and people everywhere would enjoy this group. And the lady sitting on the other side of me from where Baji was, she was a photographer, and she was taking some awesome photographs, and I hope, her name was Helen, and I hope she sends me some of them. She says normally she doesn't give out the photographs that she takes because that's what she does for a living. She's a professional photographer. But she said she would send me, she took a picture of my son and I together with him playing and me standing beside him, and many other pictures. I don't know which one she'll send me. She did give me her email address so that I can remind her to please send me those pictures, and when I get them, I'll put them up online. But the amazingness of the people that I was watching there last night, and the amazingness of my son, who actually, in his exuberance on his birthday, fell and, actually the night before his birthday, I guess, fell and hurt his ribs. He would, a couple times during the performance, you could see him after he was finished, just just sort of touching and rubbing his rib where he had hurt himself, where he had tripped and fell and landed poorly. But in any case, he kept on. The show went on, and I've seen my son at different times have the incredible determination to play through the pain. And of course, athletes do that, and lots of people do that. Many people live their lives through pain. And as I pondered this morning in the meditation, it kept coming to me. The message kept coming to me over and over again, as I said in the blurb, just how incredible we are as human beings. And I want you to know that about yourself, that you are awesome, that you are an amazing, amazing being, that you would embody as a human and choose to go through all that we go through as humans to create something that is so special and so wonderful, to create something that we get to experience in all of its joys and all of its sadness and all of its diversity. We get to experience it all. One of the songs that the Buskers sings was written by the prolific songwriter Brian Tilford, and it's normally played with a didgeridoo part. It's their only song that uses the didgeridoo. But Anthony is who teaches African drumming. He's an extraordinary percussionist. He's in Africa teaching and learning more about drumming, and I don't know what all the dynamic is of what he's doing over there, but he's there for the whole month of February. So they're one of their primary percussionists, and their only didgeridoo player is not with the band. So they're filling in, and at one point, again last night, for the second time I've seen him do that, my son played the bass guitar and the bass drum and the hi-hat with his feet. So he's keeping the rhythm on the bass drum for the band and playing the bass guitar at the same time, because normally Anthony on that song would be on the Tom's drums, and Tom would be playing the bass guitar, but he does both at the same time, which is pretty incredible in and of itself. And the bass guitar, holding it sitting down, was sort of hurting his ribs, but he played through it and he did well. And anyway, I was starting to talk about Brian's song "Speck," and that's the song I put up on the link to I put the link to that song on this blurb, so that anybody on YouTube or Facebook can tune into it. But I have the words on the screen in front of me, and I want you to listen to these words. And it's not the way that I would write poetry. It's the way that Brian writes poetry. He wrote, "I feel like a speck, like a drop of water floating in a stream down on a river, rolling to the sea, up through the clouds, right off the earth, and on my way out to be a universe. Together, span the distance, stick together, make the rhythm. Since it's always in the timing, a sense of time is always in motion, cleverly winding up away. I feel like a speck. It's just a matter of time and space, keeps us all in this place, walking through a human race, always. I feel like a speck, like a drop of water, floating in the stream, down on a river, rolling to the sea, up through the clouds, right off the earth, and on my way out. Now I feel like a speck, like a universe, floating in the heavens on the outskirts of infinity, knowing all the while that it started just a spark on the map of my mind. Sparks together span the distance. Sparks together make the rhythm." It sounds a lot better when they sing it than it does when I read it. But there's so many deep thoughts in that short little song. And that's one of the things, for a long time when I would hear the Buskers, I didn't know what the hell they were singing till I started listening to their album and then reading some of the lyrics. And my God, the depth of some of the lyrics. Now, I don't like all of them. There's one line in there, "I'll slit your throat." And I always wonder, why would they end a song with "I'll slit your throat"? I never did figure that one out. But some of the lyrics that they have are just amazing because humans are amazingly creative. That's the message that I'm wanting you to get in today's video. How creative and powerful we are as human beings, that we can create joy. I mean, that's what the buskers do. I mean, you should have seen the second set. The second set, people were packed into that little bar like sardines, dancing, smiles from ear to ear. I mean, such joy. And the buskers create joy with their improv comedy, their crazy music, their amazing rhythms and harmonies that they put together. And then the crowd, the way that they express that joy, even in the tight spaces, dancing and jumping up and down. And my God, it was such a beautiful thing to participate in once again, because we are incredible. I want you to hear me. We are incredible. And what we're doing on this planet right now is we're transforming the planet through joy, through creativity, through our awesome ability to love one another, despite the fact that we're different, despite the fact that we have different cultures and different tastes and different preferences, and we're different in every way to Sunday. We're different, but yet we're the same because we are awesome. We are incredibly creative, incredibly powerful to be able to transform the world as we're doing, one human being, one soul at a time. We're doing that, folks. We're actually doing it. I watch it in the One People's Public Trust. I watch it in all that I see going on. Yes, I see the old trying to hang on. I see the old power structure trying to maintain itself in the new energy, which of course it's not going to be able to do, no matter what the fear mongers say, no matter what picture they paint of how horrible our situation is. It's not. It's not, because we are pretty darn incredible. And we are extremely powerful, that we get to focus on something better. And that's what I do, and that's what I encourage you to do, to focus on where we're going, not where we've been. Because where we've been has been an anchor that has held us back from becoming the incredible people that we are and experiencing the incredible possibilities that lie within us, the potential that is wrapped up in every one of us. We have that potential. So instead of focusing on where we've been, instead of focusing on all of the game plans of a dastardly new world order that has a combat boot on every neck, like the image painted in the novel 1984, instead of that image, have the image of the celebration. Have the image of dancing in the streets. Have the image of a renaissance of creativity, the renaissance of music, a renaissance of art, a renaissance of science, a renaissance of understanding our spiritual nature, a renaissance of liberating ourselves and healing ourselves from all the wounds that we've experienced throughout many lifetimes, as our souls have journeyed through time and space like a speck, like a drop of water floating in a stream, down on a river, rolling to the sea, up through the clouds, right off the earth, and on our way out, we come back again and again and again, because we're pretty incredible. And God didn't do it. God didn't make all of the pain and stuff. That's another one of Brian's songs. God didn't do it. Another one that they sing. You can find it if you go to their webpage, brevardbusking.org. All one word, brevardbusking.org. And you can read all their lyrics and hear all their songs and see the videos of some of their live performances. But I'm telling you something, no video that you can watch, no album that you can listen to can possibly give you the feeling and the knowing of what it's like to be at a Buskers concert where you get to hear all of the shenanigans that goes on, all of the ad-libbing, all of the stand-up comedy and the improvisation as they change the words to some of their songs, and they interact with the audience, and they hand out their kazoos, and they have the whole audience playing kazoos together, together, together. And that's the most incredible thing. We're in this together to change the world. We're in this together to make a new heaven and a new earth, and let the old heaven and the old earth pass away, and let everything become new. Let us be filled with joy. Let us be filled with thanksgiving. Let us be filled with an amazing appreciation for one another. Because I want to tell you something, whoever you are, you're pretty amazing. You've endured so much. You've gone through so much, and you're still hanging in there. You're still getting up every morning and putting one step in front of another as you go through another day. Even sometimes when you don't feel like it, even sometimes when you don't want to, you still go through. You still go through, and one step at a time, one day at a time. And together, together, we're changing everything. This is the message I want to leave you with this morning, that we are pretty incredible. And I want you to see your amazing being for what it is. You are a creator, and together we're co-creators, bringing peace and joy to planet Earth. Thank you for listening. Namaste.